Welcome back, guys. Today I'm doing one of my favorite types of looks to do. I am doing this very pretty metallic eye look. I really wanted that metallic effect on the lids, and I absolutely love the way this eyeshadow turned out. I am partnering with Sephora collection, and I'm going to be using some of my favorite products from them. Also really wanted this look to be as uncomplicated as possible. I wanted to keep it simple so you guys can recreate this at home just using a few key products. Alright guys, starting off with a fresh, clean face. The first thing I'm doing is I'm prepping my eyelids with Sephora collection Colorful Shadow and Liner in the color Taupe. So the great thing about this pencil is that it is a waterproof pencil, so you can actually use this as a base on your lid. Because it's waterproof, it's going to stop any of the eyeshadows from creasing. So this is a really good alternative to an eyeshadow primer, and this color is perfect. It's going to go great with our metallic look. Next, I'm using the Sephora collection Colorful Eyeshadow in Lazy Afternoon. This is a really pretty nude eyeshadow, and I'm mainly using this underneath my brows just to create that nice highlight transition color. For my mid-tone crease color, I'm using Sephora collection Colorful Eyeshadow in Danger in Paradise, and this is a beautiful mid-tone brown. And then as you can see, I'm kind of going back and forth in my crease with really small round circular motions to get that color just where I want it. And the key for this is to build, so keep building that color. Go back and add more onto your brush and then apply it in your crease. So this next eyeshadow, look how beautiful this color is, guys. This eyeshadow is actually what inspired this whole look. So this is the Sephora collection Colorful Eyeshadow in Hollywood Calling, and it's this gorgeous metallic brown eyeshadow. I saw this and I was like, I need to create a look with this, and it did not disappoint. As you can see as I'm patting it on, it's so pigmented and it has this gorgeous metallic feel to it. And after I applied this shadow, I was like, that's it, I'm done. I don't even need to do anything else. I wanted the entire look to really be based off of this beautiful shadow. So I do add a bit more to the eyes, of course, but this was the main focus. I applied it all over my lid, pretty much up to my crease, and then took a nice big fluffy blending brush and blended out the edges. Another little trick, if you guys want, you could always wet your brush and then apply the shadow on with a wet brush, and that might even give you more of its metallic vibe. So play around with it and see what you like. Next, I went in with the Sephora collection Colorful Shadow and Liner in Beige, and this was a beautiful kind of nude shimmery color. You guys could see here, it just like, it was so glowy and shimmery. I loved it. I used it just in the inner corners. And then to add even more extra pop, I went in with Sephora collection What Happens in Vegas eyeshadow over that shadow liner just to really make it stick, and it was just super pigmented. Blended it out a little bit and it looked beautiful. So to continue the metallic eyes vibe, I added the Glitter Copper Sephora collection Retractable Waterproof Eyeliner. This eyeliner is also waterproof, and you're going to see it's a very similar color to the eyeshadow, but it has just a bit more kind of a golden tone to it. It was so beautiful, and because it's waterproof, I just added a little bit and blended it out, and I didn't have to worry about that going anywhere, and it was gonna stay in my waterline. For the lashes, I wanted a really nice full pair of lashes, but something a little bit natural as well. So I used the Makeup Forever Excessive Lash Mascara first, and then the Sephora collection Celebrity Lash False Lashes. These were beautiful, and it gave just that little bit of extra drama. Like, look how pretty that is. Oh my god, love it. Because we're not doing much to the lower lashes, make sure you add tons of mascara on your lower lash line as well, just to balance out the top and the bottom lashes. I decided to skip liner for this look because I didn't want to take away from that beautiful metallic shadow at all, so I just left it no liner, just lashes, and that's it. Now moving on to skin. To perfect my skin, I used the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. You guys know this is one of my favorites, and I blended it out with the Beauty Blender. And the shade that I am currently in is kind of a mix between 125 and 128, depending on how tanned I am. For under the eyes, I use the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer to highlight and clean up. This is a great concealer because it's super creamy, but it still has quite a bit of coverage. And I'm going to be doing a favorites video on just my top favorite concealers because I've discovered some amazing concealers this year, and I've always had a really hard time with concealers. So that video coming soon for you guys. And to set everything, I used a little bit of the Laura Mercier setting powder just to make sure all the makeup stays and my skin stays matte because I tend to get very oily. For bronzer, I'm using the NARS Laguna bronzer. This is a beautiful bronzer because I love the color of it. It has a really nice tone to it, and it has just the slightest hint of shimmer. So if you're looking for an all-around bronzer, definitely recommend this one. And I'm also using another classic. This is the NARS Orgasm blush. I love this blush, and you're gonna see this just goes so beautifully with the makeup, and especially with that shimmer in the shadow. And I just love how this all came together. Okay, moving on. For lips, so the first color that I tried out, I really couldn't decide on colors for this look. So the first color that I tried out is Sephora Collection Rouge Cream Lipstick in R21. It had this beautiful kind of pink tone to it, and I was really debating because I feel like this color worked so well with the shadows, and it actually brought out the green in my eyes. But I was like, is it too pink? Is it not too pink? Let me know in the comments below which lip you guys end up liking more, because this is the first one I tried out, but then I decided maybe not. I'm gonna switch it up. So the color I ended up going with is Sephora Collection Rouge Shine Lipstick in number 2. This was a true nude. I loved how this looked, especially after kind of just blending my lips with the Beauty Blender with whatever foundation I had left. The lipstick just stayed really nude, and I don't usually do super nude lips with eyes like this, but I loved the way it turned out. And it kind of had like a little bit of a hint of like a pink or like a peach to it, so it didn't wash me out, which was really important because that happens a lot with nude colors on me sometimes. So for a little bit of extra, I don't know, dimension on my lips, a little bit of a 3D effect, I added a little bit of the Sephora Collection shadow that we used earlier, What Happens in Vegas, just in the center of my lips with my finger, and that was the perfect final little touch for this look. That is the final look, guys. I hope you guys love this tutorial. Be sure to check out all the products I used in the description box below, and also check out Sephora Collection's Instagram page. They are great for really good makeup inspiration. Hit that like button, and if you're new, make sure you subscribe, and you could watch my last video right here. I love you guys, and I'll see you again in another video very soon. Bye.